So you're tired and I got to take up more of the slack?
Yeah, you got to pick up. You'll probably have to pick up more of the slack today.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I can do that. Well, let's kick it off here.
All right, let's do it.
So why don't you do the intro? See if we got it.
Welcome back to the Spick Span show.
Mr. I'm a little tired hits me with that right before we go live. Are we live? We're live. How do we look? How do you guys look? You guys look great.
I actually have some questions. I think I need a new mattress. So if any of you guys have some good mattress ideas, throw them in there.
So Kyle hasn't been sleeping well. There's been an ongoing thing actually here for several years, right?
Yeah.
Getting Kyle involved. Look at that. See? Dude, it's a whole new you.
Yeah.
Alrighty. This has been like a thing for a while. We've been talking about his back issues. What do you got?
Sheer law here.
Sheer law in the house. We've been bouncing around different things. Didn't you sleep on like a piece of plywood at one point?
I put it in between the bed and the frame. I don't know where I put it actually. My back was hurting.
And for those of you who say purple mattress, he's got a purple mattress.
I have a purple mattress, but I think it's too soft.
Mm-hmm. You kind of sink into those. I've got a purple mattress.
The one that I kind of want, but it's really expensive.
It's not. The price is. You can't put it. You spend 1/3. I remember talking this. I meant to say this because I meant to change your sheets and your pillows. Thank you very much for letting Mikey sleep in your bed.
Of course.
When I washed your pillowcases, I realized you should get some new pillowcases. Or some new pillows. They just got a little drool on them.
Drool?
Well,
it might have been, Mikey just slept in there.
No, he didn't just make your pillow look like it was 25 years old.
All right, if you want to start calling me out in front of everyone, I'm gonna find some of your.
I just got brand new pillows. What I'm getting at is just relax. I'm not saying everybody's pillowcases or pillows look like this. Everybody who goes out there, you overlook your bedding and your sleeping arrangements quite a bit. You got me those sheets; those are super nice.
Yeah.
But like, you spend 1/3 of your life in your bed. I mean, we travel a little bit, so maybe not like that much. But think about it: there are 24 hours. 8 of those hours are generally you're in bed sleeping. Yeah. So there you go, pillow cube. So if you got something that's super dusty, I'm not saying your stuff is super dusty. I'm just saying get some new pillows while you're at it.
Yeah.
Right. I just got new pillows. You know why? Because I was changing my pillows one day and I looked at them. I'm like, this looks gross. Toss them.
Anyways, the best mattress I've slept in like the last few years is when I stayed at that Airbnb in Austin after the tournament. And so I'm like, obviously, got to figure out what this mattress is. It's called Stearns and Foster. I think that's a big name. Yeah, that's like Sealy, Stearns and Foster. Yeah, but they're like $2,000.
They're like $2,000. Well,
and speaking of, if any of you guys are dentists too, shoot me a DM because I got some expensive dental work I want to do.
Okay, so we got
I need an appraisal. A different.
Yeah, we need a second opinion.
Compare some prices here.
I sent him to my bougie dentist that I had to break up with a couple years ago because the same thing. I'm like, this can't be right. Like this is awfully expensive for what I feel like you won't be doing. And then they're like, oh, we don't take insurance anymore either after COVID. I'm like, huh? All right. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and not to. Yeah, and Sheer Law PLLC Esquire. Head down to Tijuana for that. As a matter of fact. Tijuana's it gets a bad rap for obvious reasons, but there are wealthy people in Tijuana who get really good stuff done.
Yeah.
And then there are high quality things. I think there's a Michelin star restaurant down there. We don't even have one in San Diego.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did see our buddy Peter at the gym today, and he said he has a good one.
There we go.
Because they quoted me at a little over 10 Field 1 Force price. The MSRP of 10 Field 1 Forces.
Field 1 Forces.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's our personal life. So you get a little bit. You get quick 5 minutes into a look of our personal life. So
yeah, my bed's too soft. I think.
Yeah, we think his bed's too soft.
Like with the little pain.
Understandable.
Tussle.
We get it.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So thanks everybody for joining us on a special Wednesday edition. I know that some of you guys are watching us live, and you don't really get to watch us live because you have some of the things going on Tuesday, so you're welcome. And again, thank you guys all for this. Thank you, BKI, for allowing us to encroach on your breakdowns. So we're going to be doing a live BKI or live breakdown of the NXL Mid-Atlantic Philadelphia Open layout. I think I got enough adjectives in there on that one. Courtesy of BKI, brought to you by BKI. So what we're going to be doing is we'll bring that up here in a little bit. We'll share the screen. We're going to do the whole intro. We're going to give it to you guys like one take, live, no edits, and see what how we can do it with the intro and all. Because then we're going to cut that segment piece, put it up for everybody who's watches on the BKI library, and this will be like a free piece of content. Additionally, coming Monday, we're going to do another breakdown, and we're going to have playbooks that we release to everybody. So everybody in the BKI membership program, if you're in the paid program, you guys can grab those down below. I thought you were handing that.
Oh, no.
And we're going to give you guys access to the playbooks, bounce shots, all those cool little things that everybody can use. Now, the playbook thing is a little tricky, obviously, because you don't have a second weekend to practice the layout, but affirming what some of your thoughts were and your game plans were is really important, right? So if you guys drew up a bunch of game plans this weekend at practice, and then you went out there and then you get, a game plan from Kyle, Marcelo, Nick, any of us.
From this last weekend?
From this current weekend. No, not from the blind.
Because it wouldn't be, because it'd be a different layout.
I'm talking next week.
I thought you were like...
I don't think you've been listening.
The
tearing papers.
Game plans from last weekend won't work for this weekend.
And as a matter of fact, and we're going to get to that, I actually had to explain that to Mark as well.
What?
You guys were taking it way too seriously.
With what?
Last weekend.
With what?
The layout that didn't matter. We're going to get to that. Let me finish this piece here in a second.
All right, finish the piece.
So it'll be good to see some of the game plans and make sure to see what you have created versus what some of the pros are going to be breaking down. So we will have an after practice breakdown coming up for all the BKI members next week prior to the event. It's also really good for everybody who's going to be playing events on this layout. I think the MVPS will be playing on the Philly layout, and I'm sure that a handful of you will be doing a lot of local events covering that layout. Dynasty will be up in Sacramento. We're leaving tomorrow morning. You are headed out to
New Orleans tomorrow
as well
for Mardi Gras, not for practice.
Little late Mardi Gras edition.
Yeah.
So
collect some beads.
You know what you got to do to collect those beads, right?
Sing?
Go to the store and buy them.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Get your mind out of the gutter. Also, we've got some cool giveaways, as always. For some of you who are tuning in for the first time, we welcome you. Those of you who are members, we appreciate all of your support. We've got some giveaways from Matrix Gear. I'm going to be giving away... we got a lot of headbands, actually.
Enjoy Paintball.
Yeah, right there.
Tiger wear.
These are dope.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going... This is going to be the head gear giveaway right here. Sandana right here. Courtesy of Matrix Gear. Enjoy Paintball headbands. We've got some headwear.
Some beanies. Tiger beanies.
Courtesy of Tiger Wear. Also, if you guys use code Spick Span 25 when you purchase a Sandana product from Matrix Gear Paintball, then you're gonna get a little discount. You're gonna get a little bonus there. It's while supplies last, so I know that we shared that code and link to the community section on YouTube. So those of you who are members of the Mega Support Status membership and the discounted merch perk membership, you guys have seen those links and they've been shared with you, and you can check them out. Also, let's throw this one in here right now because I know that you're looking for it.
Yeah, and then we got what else? Hinman. Be coaching, new coach of AC Diesel.
It went better than
you
expected, which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone probably wants to know the Oliver Lang backstory, which I'm seeing here. Our little showdown.
Yeah, actually I have the video. I can throw it up on the screen.
Yeah, we could do the video too. What else?
You got that written down? Okay.
Yeah.
And then obviously we're gonna break down the layout. We're gonna spend a significant amount of our time here, the latter half of it, breaking down the layout, looking over every nook and cranny that we can, to see it. So yeah, I think everybody wants to hear the Ollie incident, which we may as well go into that, because also just kind of like talking about the level of intensity that you bring to a practice, what to do on the off weekends, because we didn't know what we were going to do on the off weekends until, you know, we're just like, I guess we'll just practice.
Yeah.
But how do you do that? And what do we do? And kind of the methodology, mindset, and were you guys picking a fight?
Who?
Yeah, I thought that was your. This is me like pitching you a softball right now, so you can start.
Okay.
This is a softball.
We do. All right.
Okay, here.
So we start talking and then watch the video, or should we watch the
Well,
video?
I got to cue the video up, so while you're doing that way,
so,
I can fire it up here.
Yeah, I got a bone to pick with Oliver Lang.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No,
totally.
Oliver and I were like we shot each other. I think he kind of gave me a couple extra there after I feel like I shot him first. And then so I gave him a couple more extra, then he gave me a couple more extra. And we're looking in each other's eyes, and we're like, we knew what we were doing. We weren't blasting each other. We were kind of having fun. And we were about to just stop right there and then like kind of laugh it off and come up and give each other a hug. And, you know, Oliver and I are cool. We can do that and be fine. I think there's a couple other people that like Blake and I won't do that here and there. Harris is also another one of those guys. But as we're doing that, then it gets a little bit crazy. Some other people start to get in the mix of it, not realizing that Oliver and I are like, we're fine. And then Oliver obviously gets like people get in Oliver's face. He gets a little upset. And then it just starts, all hell breaks loose. But yeah, I can't really speak for all the other stuff that happened.
So, okay, so here it is. Oliver jumps into the snake. Kyle's in the 50 snake right there in front of him, and they pop over the top. They shoot each other. Boom, 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 boom. Then you raise up and give him a lecture. I don't think he shoots you right now. Hold on, let's pause that.
No, he just gave me like one.
He shot you right when he raised his gun up. Was he pointing it? Did he shoot you right here?
He shot me once.
Okay, and then you shot him a bunch more.
No, I gave him like two.
Okay,
but then Wayne walked in front of the barrel. And he might have caught some of the ones.
Well, because someone else was shooting at him from the tape. Someone else on your team was shooting.
At Oliver?
Yeah, I think it might have been us. Because you can see, if you kind of zoom in right here, we can see, you guys were just messing around.
Yeah, we were just like,
whatever. You guys shoot each other a little bit more.
It was
like,
fun.
Hey,
it gets us going.
Right there, you're done.
Yeah.
Right? But so you can see a bunch of paint exploding off of Oliver. And that was Mouse and tall stand up. And then here it is. And here he comes.
And then Mikey's shooting Mouse in the back.
Right. Which he should be.
Yeah. He got spicy, and then
there goes Mark Johnson over to run over Mikey.
Yeah.
So I was sitting behind the net, and I saw the thing go down. I'm like, whatever. Because I knew you guys weren't, it didn't really matter for you two.
Yeah.
But Mouse was already really tense. He was already at level 12.
Yeah.
And so when he started running down the field, Mikey started shooting him because he looked like a player running down the field. And then I think what Mikey saw was so you're kind of like playing, you kind of see something going, a scrum over there, and then you see a guy running down the field we're still playing the game. Like the game was still going on.
Yeah.
So we shoot at Mouse when he's going, Mouse gets shot, and then like kind of like looks over more, and then Mouse is now in Oliver and Yosha's face like this, and then Mikey sends like 4 or 5 more into his back. All of them hit him in the back.
Yeah.
And Mikey's standing behind a bunker, you know, and then Mouse turns around and starts shooting at him, and he's like, okay, well, I'm behind a bunker, and that's why Mouse then
he
hides.
hit him though. He hit him with 3 balls.
Mouse did?
If you look at the video, he had like a really surprisingly accurate shot. You'd have to, but you see it like the 3.
Yeah, he's a good shot. Both of them. I saw there was another game when someone was trying to call the game, but it wasn't over, and like I think it was someone was trying to call the game, and Mikey, like, we were still playing, and he was shooting at us, and Mikey just like sends 3 down there, and all 3 of them hit him in the face. And I'm like, dude, I've been shooting at that guy for the whole time. Like, how I can't hit him like that. I can't shoot 3 balls and all 3 of them hit somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I shoot 5 and I hope 1 hits the guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Oliver and I are walking off, and there's all this like going on the field. And we're like, we weren't even trying to like make it that big of a deal. It's like, no. And then it was a nice little joke for the rest of the day. I'm like, I'll meet you in the parking lot after the day's over.
But, you know, the tensions were super high on your guys' end. the whole day, and it was impossible to like explain that to anybody in that scrum that, hey, we're fine.
Yeah.
Because one person comes over and
yeah.
immediately wants to try to fight or push or do something or get in the middle, and like Oliver, like you said, was like, hey, I'm fine. Don't touch me. Just dude, we're fine.
Yeah.
We're not gonna fight each other.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There was very, very tense practice with Diesel there.
Yeah. I like when it gets heated because I feel like it makes for obviously
an
there's
unproductive
probably a
practice.
line. I don't think it was. I mean, there were some unproductive moments, but it gets everyone. It's intense practice.
Huh. See, it's a non-layout weekend. There's nothing to win there. It's not like you need to learn. Like, I feel like to be as productive now obviously differs, like dramatically, like obviously, based on how you view productivity.
Yeah.
Right. If your guys have to be sat, so if someone has to sit out because they're getting too heated in a practice that has zero consequence, and you're not learning anything, and then people don't want to play against your team because your team is acting a little wild and taking things too seriously or whatever it is.
Don't try to put this on us. Like this, we were like some big bad guys. You guys were chirping before that started happening. Maybe it wasn't you.
Did you guys not get... Did you guys
Let me
not...
finish.
Yeah.
Let me finish. Your guys were chirping at like Mouse and J-Rab.
Uh-huh.
So obviously then there's going to be a couple extra paintballs back and forth, and then that's where it leads up to. And mine and Oliver thing, like I don't care. I'm not a big guy. I'm not trying to fight anybody.
Right.
Start any fights here. But like, I'll let that stuff go and let it be intense. But obviously there was like, it wasn't just like one-sided.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe whatever you were doing personally, like you were the perfect good guy and did nothing wrong the whole weekend, doesn't mean that like maybe there was not other guys on your team that were being antagonists.
Okay, fair enough. That's that I can.
But I also, I'm not trying to defend anyone. Getting out of hand too is like probably not acceptable. But also in the same token, like it's like a kind of aggressive sport in a sense.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it gets intense. Like simulating.
So let me ask you this, because I asked Mark this too, right? And everybody has a different answer. So what is your, when you go out and play on the weekend, what is your main goal? What are you trying to, why do you play?
Because it's fun.
Okay.
I mean, like.
You don't play to get in fights?
No.
Okay. All right.
That's not something like.
I just want to clear it up. Figure it out.
That would probably be a smart thing for a guy my size to do.
I'm with you. Me too. That's exactly what I said too. I'm like, I'm not trying to fight anybody.
But I will say that, like, I do, like, when someone overshoots me, like, that's a wrong thing to do, because then I'm like, all right, well, now I'm going to really turn it on.
Yeah, I think that a lot of pro players, especially at the top level, have like kind of like an unsung, like untold word of mutual respect. Like, I'm not going to bonus ball you.
Yeah.
Why? Because you're going to probably have an opportunity to do the same thing to me.
Yeah.
And vice versa. Like, I guess I get bonus balled quite a bit though at the same time. And like Rainey gets it. Rainey's a jerk when he's on the field.
Yeah. I never bonus ball you. It's like not fulfilling for me.
Okay, good.
There's people that I definitely like to bonus ball, but like I don't know.
Yeah, and look, and Al put up a good point. He's like, a random divisional players see this and then act maliciously like this to strangers, which causes serious drama and assault. Well, look, do as we say, not as we do, huh? Especially with that Oliver thing, like, oh, I can't believe he did this so maliciously and angrily, and he said, what the Ronnie Dizon thing. Look, I'm not involved in that. I don't know. I do know that Oliver has mentioned, that's something that he used to be, and when you're on the field, you are a different person. And perhaps that's something that people can work on internally to possibly better themselves as far as more love, less hate. But then again, it's like, it's not kind of telling like an addict to be like, do this in moderation.
Yeah.
Right? So it's baby steps to get to a better place, wherever that place might be. I'm just trying to say, I agree with you. I'm just trying to have fun.
Yeah. I did want to say, too, at the point of this is something I've actually been thinking about for like the last few days, putting like some deep thought into, and I haven't really like figured out what my position is on it. But I saw in that video there was a lot of comments, such as like some of the ones here about it being, you know, bad for the sport, or like it was setting a bad example, or like people didn't like to see that video or whatnot. But like, I don't know. I feel like people want some content that's a little bit
Dude, people
different.
want it, man.
Yeah, so like,
give the people what they want.
I almost like would love to like know a little bit more from the people that were saying that. Is like, did you like enjoy the video? Or you're like, I shouldn't have seen that. Like, I don't want to watch that. The people that were writing those comments, you know, like, I don't know. It's like there's stuff like that in every sport. I feel like it's like what makes just different sports exciting. That there's something that a little out of place that's not always there. You know, it still makes it interesting. Not saying like it should be there.
Those are the guys that like just to see somebody just shooting their gun, just the rate of fire, and just listening to it.
Yeah.
They don't want to actually see it hit anybody. No impact.
Or maybe they like the video, but they want to invoke a reaction out of other people with their comments.
double agents. That's what we call those, double agents, right? So look, it is paintball, right? But that's not every point, and I think that's the happy medium between I want to play paintball, but I also want to like kind of dial it up a little bit, right? And I want to be productive, but not so intense. I want to have an intense, productive practice, but not to the level of like I'm playing at a level 11 and it's pissing people off, and then there's stuff going down as a result of that.
Yeah,
negatively impacting it, and that's basically what I'd said to Mark. I'm like, dude, he's like, it's like we're just super intense and we just got to figure it out. I'm like, dude, you don't. That's the problem. Is you're trying so hard to figure it out that you're losing the whole point of why you're out here.
Yeah.
So don't let that was my advice to Mark and for you guys is like, don't feel like you have to prove yourself so much that you need to figure this thing out and everything has to be perfect on the field and you have to win every game 7-0 in order to be the best team. You got to remember, like, we're out here trying to have fun. And if we're not having fun because I'm frustrated because we're losing, I'm frustrated because I'm getting bonus balled, I'm frustrated because I want to bonus ball people, I'm frustrated because X, Y, Z, and this, and now I'm making excuses, and this isn't just to you. This is to everybody. Like, there's a way of productiveness, but when you stop having fun, that's a very, very anti-productive way of doing anything. You got to love your job kind of thing. Everybody, I think, is on the same page there. But there's a point in time when you're like, God, this sucks. You don't ever want to have it be like that.
Yeah.
Unless you're, like, kind of tired.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this sucks. I don't want to wake up. Yeah. But you understand that there's a fulfillment at the end of this, and you have to, like, there has to be a balance. It can't be like, oh, well, we need to beat our asses to the ground and shoot 100 cases for 12 hours for the day, because then there's a point in time when productivity is now kind of canceled and out the window.
Sure.
And like there's like a tipping point, right, where the frustration kind of builds or the animosity builds a little bit and the fun starts to draw down, and then there's that tipping point right there where you're like, I'm still kind of having fun, but man, this is like kind of grueling, kind of grinding, and I just don't like, what are we doing out here?
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's a hard balance on a non-layout weekend.
Yeah, I mean, but the other thing I will say about that too is like, so that video happened on Saturday, and then Sunday on our first match we played against each other. So we had a 4-way practice this weekend. Us, AC Diesel, Dynasty, Ironman, and Aftermath. So on Sunday, our first match with you guys, things started to get a little heated on point 1, almost an eruption of the same thing that happened on Saturday. That kind of got like a little squandered, and we were informed by management of the field that if we did this again, both of us were out for the day. So, but I will say that match, in my opinion, the match that we played after that first point was the most intense, like, felt like the real thing, simulated real thing out of like the whole weekend. Like I thought you you guys won that match. There was some like incredible points. There was like I told Chris.
Dude, Chris Shear, Esquire,
when he
SLLP.
won a 4-on-2 against us. Like incredible. But that felt like a really like intense good match. And that's what I love. I love getting anywhere near close to simulating what it's like in a tournament and in that mindset, because once you get to the tournament, you know, it's like you don't have as many free mistakes to make.
Yeah.
And I liked that, and personally,
that's for sure. I think that's a good example and kind of explanation of how things went. How about Hinman?
I mean, Hinman. So it's really
as a coach.
It's really interesting because so let's rewind a little bit. What I was gonna say last weekend about some news is I was actually I was maybe going to coach the team for this event and just like completely take a step back from playing this next event and coach our team. And we talked about it through the week, and then Thursday we decided and this was like Mark pulled the decision on this to bring him in. And I was a little timid about this because him and I in the past have not always got along from a player coach role. So I was a little worried about it, to be honest. And I talked to Mike about this too, like throughout the day. And at the end of the weekend, I was like, dude, I got to be honest. I think I was the most worried out of everyone on the team about you coaching our team. But I also felt like I voiced a lot of stuff to him about, you know, what I would like from my coach, whoever it is, you know, just of like some things like personally that I would need or that I would like to have as a coach, and voice some things of like struggles in my own game and just like putting that out there at the beginning of practice on Saturday. And I had like one of the most phenomenal weekends of play, in my opinion, I've had in a really long time, like really consistent, good play. And Himon was a great help, and he really, like, the guy doesn't miss a beat watching every single point that we play intently and paying attention and caring. And that's like what I felt like we needed. And that was, you know, besides like maybe I need to be on the field, I felt like we needed someone to be there that really, like, you know, gave a fuck and was passionate and cares about the performance of the team and about individual players and like putting the whole puzzle together. And, you know, like, obviously Himon has that history of like getting a little bit wild, but you know, I think when he's coming in as more of a help and it's not like he's also owns the team, it may change
yeah, there's a lot less emotional burden on him if maybe he doesn't own the team. You're right, actually. And he's not to say like the Aftermath guys were still rookies back then, right? Because he had a couple who were pretty wet behind the ears, and we had a handful of veteran guys. But you're right, like he's not the skin in the game for him. There's no money in it, right? He's not actually funding it, and then watching that like, oh yeah, you know, there's like a little bit more involved in there. Not to say that he won't have still a lot of emotion because he doesn't want to lose. I mean, I think that's the main thing. Yeah. And so I do believe he's going to help you guys out quite a bit. Sure. You know, unfortunately for, you know,
for the other.
But you know, I liked how, I mean, I always like how Mike could, like, I like chatting with Mike. Mike's funny. Yeah. You know, there's that one like small altercation. Like I was calling out, I forgot someone on the other side of the teams, and Mouse was still playing, and Mouse shoots me a bunch on the sidelines. I'm like, dude, what the, you know? Yeah. And he's like, what are you going to do about it? And I'm like, me? What am I going to do about it? I guess I have to wait till the next point till you're on the field and I get to shoot you. Yeah. Like, what am I going to do? I'm not going to fight you, you idiot. Yeah. And then like he started arguing with me, and then I'm like, God, Mike, you know, and he's like, and I yelled at Mike for a second. I'm like, dude, Mike, you did. He goes, Rin, what do you want me to do? Like, what? I'm on this side of the net. I'm telling him he better watch out, because next time you are more than welcome, and you have 100% green light to be able to bonus ball. What else do you want me to do right now? And I go, you're right. I'm just angry right now. Yeah. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah. That's good.
But it was funny. He's good.
Sal asks, do you guys move on quickly, or will you hold on to this as motivation just in case you see Dynasty on the field for Kyle? I mean, like I said, I don't really like to hold grudges about in anything because I feel like it wastes my energy. Whether it's paintball or outside life stuff, I don't want it to like weigh down on my own mental space. But like for me, I just like it because it makes it more intense for me. It simulates like a more like realistic like tournament scenario in my mind. But I never, once the point's over, I don't really like ever hold grudges at all. So regardless of later on or the next point.
Dude, holding grudges will just really eat at you.
Yeah, because like
then if you don't get it, only thing
you can ever control is your own actions. Yeah. So if you're gonna let other people get under your skin, it's gonna be like life's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be hard, man.
Yeah,
it's gonna be an uphill battle for you for a long time. Like, oh man, I can't wait until one time I get to bonus ball mouse again, and I'm shooting the same way that he's on the field, and then we get an opportunity. It's like, dude, I don't really care. You know, you gotta really like, oh, you remember when you bonus balled me? It's so funny. There was a player, like, it was like a Joy Division guy, 5 years after we played them at some event. He's like, hey, remember when you ran out to the corner and insert year?
Yeah.
And I'm like, uh-huh. And like, hey, did I shoot you in the pack running out there? I'm like, I don't recall, but I doubt it. Yeah, I don't know. I think I did. I go, Jesus, man. So yeah, just let it go, dude. I don't think so, but anyway, that was funny. Excuse me. All right, so also just wanted to share this with you guys. I'm not sure if you'll get the stuff before the event, but we do have a New Balance code that has been. Oops. Let me fix that. That discount code. 25% off. Access code. 2023.
Derek Isaac, shoot us a message with a picture of your poster on the Spick Span.
Oh yeah,
Instagram.
Great.
If you have a note on the back of your poster saying you won something.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you very much for reminding us, Derek. So pretty much, I think all Super Mega Support Status membership posters have been sent out. There are about 8 or 10 that have. I think there's 10 of them that have a prize written on the back. I know. Mr. Couture, we linked you up with James from Island Designs. You're gonna get some stickers and a team T-shirt made. we've got some Matrix Gear goodies. We've got a bunch of stuff. So make sure you reach out to us, take a picture of the back of it, and send it to us directly, and we will link you up with some freebies. I think someone already won the HK stuff. Sent a bunch of stuff out there. Shout out to Gen X and our fun. We got a massive. I'm talking like. Kyle and I can both fit in the box, I think, comfortably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's a single family home worth of goodies.
Yeah, $1,500 a month.
Grab one of those pod caddy things. Mr. Aguilar, yours was shipped out, and if you guys are a Mega Support Status member and you have not received your poster, please let us know. Send us a message on the Instagram, and we'll check into it. I got tracking on all of them, so yeah, we got some stuff. There we go. Jay LeBlanc got some stuff.
There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff in there.
Each of these are like filled.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm talking about. Bring one of those things over here.
This thing, right?
We'll give whatever you want.
When you said bring one, I was like,
I didn't want the whole box. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Does that have stuff in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll give one of these things away today to a Mega Support Status member. So inside of this, it's a pod caddy, right, with a pod bag. We've got barrel condoms. We've got. Dude, these things are chocked full of goodies, so thank you, Gen X, for supporting the show.
You don't need...
Yeah, and everybody, I think the last set of posters would have gone out on Monday or Tuesday, so if you haven't received them yet, let me know, shoot us a message, and I can check. I've got tracking on everybody's posters. Usually it takes, if you're on the West Coast or the East Coast, it might take 4 days, más o menos. Some of you guys also maybe have old addresses. If you've moved since you've given us your address last, then that's a possibility. But if you haven't got them, we've got extras. We'll send them out to you. And yeah, in Austin. there are multiple people with the same names, but we're pretty good at sifting through them so far.
I saw a couple of you guys asking about A-Rod. Mm-hmm. I was a little bummed too that last week I was gonna share this stuff, but I was like, maybe I should wait till next week. I don't want to let it go. And then Mouse was on Marcelo in Tyler's podcast that night, and then just said it all. And I was like,
spill the juice.
Okay.
Anytime.
But yeah, A-Rod was let go from the team. I think there was like some. Well, I don't think, but there was like some differences with like kind of off the field stuff of just I don't know. Hard to explain. I don't want to go too much into it and throw too much shade or anything, but it wasn't working out with the team, so we decided to go a different way with that situation. So, but yeah.
And big shout out for the support there, Mr. Despair. Give me an air horn. You're right. Best damn show on YouTube. You got it. Okay, let's jump into the layout, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay, so watch this. This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna move this screen over here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna intro this as if it were an actual, we're doing the BKI live layout drop here. So let's see, which layout do I want to start with? I think maybe this one right here. And okay, so
if you need me to work guns up for you too, I'm pretty good at it.
I know. I was gonna do the guns up thing. I just don't know the computational power that guns up, like kind of moving the screen around, and I'm just really worried about that. I like to do it the way that, like, I know looking at the angles, moving these little triggers around. I like drawing the lines.
Okay.
Put some X's and O's on paper.
Yeah. I like it too.
We'll do it. Yeah, I'm a little older. I might. Yeah. I would almost. You should be surprised I didn't just draw this thing out like we used to.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? All right. So you fade to black. Okay. Imagine this. Everybody, close their eyes. Okay.
Us too.
No.
Okay.
And then we go. All right, what's up, BKI? Ryan Greenspan here with Kyle Spicka. We have got the NXL Mid-Atlantic Major layout here open, ready for you guys, and we're going to jump straight into it and break it down for you guys so we can help you get kick-started this weekend when you jump out there and play the layout for yourself. So we will jump right into the layout. Here it is. And we got a little picture-in-picture here on the sides because we're pretty savvy here with our instruments and controls. So here it is. If you guys are seeing it for the first time, welcome to the party. But first take, Kyle, what do you think?
It looks like it's gonna be wild on those outsides. Once you get into past those like secondary bunkers, like. Once you get over to that entry of the snake and then those big wings on the Dorito side, it looks like it's going to be a little bit hectic, wild, crash.
Yeah. I'm
crash and bang.
I'm just gonna say it right now. It's gonna be fun to be a ref when you're in this area right there. Just so everybody knows, kind of like. When I'm breaking down a layout and when I'm kind of looking at these things, I like to do it here first, just on a simple. I know that the guns up thing is definitely really helpful, right? Because you can get in there and you can zoom around, you can fly around the field, but you tend to get a little distracted. It's kind of like when you walk the field too. I always like to go start in the back center, depending on where I look, and you look straight through the lanes. And what I'll do is I'll just kind of, when I'm looking at the layout before I play, you just kind of draw a line. Right, so imagine this is our shooting lane, and you can say there's a good chance that I can see somebody from the back center as I'm walking in there, and I can see if someone runs to the snake. Well, there's a possibility I might lose them there, but there's a good chance I'll be able to at least see the snake, I think.
Yeah.
Right, and that's important on any time that you're gonna be doing when you're playing one of these fields. Like sometimes, was it the first event? You didn't know if the guy was in the snake or not. And I think there's going to be a decent lane here.
Yeah.
And then I'll do the same exact thing, kind of look over to the right. Vision on the Dorito side, much tighter, a little smaller, kind of tougher to see. This guy's going to be shootable right here. Looks like the safest route kind of outside is running past this little first Dorito here, kind of coming all the way wide up there.
I wonder on that snake side if it's going to be because you have to get, as you're coming up to the back center, you might lose that last little cut with the can. I wonder if it's going to be something where that can that's right outside the back center can shoot back into the back center, and you could almost run a guy up through the middle of the field channel, hiding behind that center 50 area can,
so
and he can cut right underneath.
We're looking at someone shooting kind of as they go out here, right? And then we're looking at a runner.
How is it? Yeah, you come straight. I mean, even maybe in front of that Aztec.
So like,
yeah, because then he could lose it. So, which is interesting when the layouts are set up like this, because then that incorporates an extra like body on what you want to. Like with these field layouts, you're always kind of giving one or two things up. You can't shoot everything. So if you want to shoot down that center channel in between that brick that Ryan's drawing and like the pin next to it, you have to commit to that, and you have to stand in that channel. You could shoot that player that's kind of going up and over if you do risk that, but like if you decide wrong, then you're kind of wasting your gun or sitting in a spot that's you're really susceptible to getting shot. But I think that if you're coming tight into that snake right there, the back center, it might be slightly difficult for him to shoot you.
Yeah, it is going to be, and because there isn't a stand up right here to give you vision on the cross like that. Yeah, it's gonna be like you said. I think that it's gonna force this back center guy to kind of have to be right here, off the break. And you're right. This last little cut right here is going to be hard to see if the guy kind of comes in here and does it right. That is going to be a tricky spot. Now, granted, this guy kind of running out here will probably more than likely be the eyes.
Yes.
So he'll be the safety for putting pressure into the back center, as well as the eyes heads up here.
Sure.
And it doesn't look like now, because this is a brick here. You could possibly like run around this, shooting in that direction, but all these stand-ups in there
and what it might make this end up doing too, if it's like the safest route to get to the snake is kind of like hugging like right by that Aztec, whether you're in front or behind it, however that plays out, starts lowering the guns, and then depending on where you time it through the match, you actually might be able then to get to the corner safely, like out past this little cake, and leaves room open for those big wide routes once everyone starts bringing their guns down to shoot.
Oh yeah, running out around this.
I mean, who knows? Like, it's hard to say without actually being at the field, but like maybe there's somewhere back there in that area, like that, like no man's land.
Blind
behind the corner, like way back behind the corner, like around where it says the 20 yard line. The 20 meets the like 140, or kind of in that zone.
Yeah, there's gonna be a blind zone somewhere right here. Now the can will be able to see you because there's no stand-ups right in this area. Yeah. So can to can, this guy will definitely be able to see you, but you can certainly run out here as a bit of a distraction play and put pressure on this can, especially if you're noticing teams kind of running in here slowly and shooting on the cross this direction. Then you can certainly send a body way out wide and do a little double pinch on them.
Yeah.
It looks like you can also shoot from the back center, right over the top of. Keep all these the same color. Right over the top of this can, and it's gonna go straight into this. This is gonna be the inevitable bunker of death.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
Like this. I mean, this thing doesn't look too fantastic either, to be honest.
Yeah.
But there's going to be guys going to this can right here. There are going to be players going to this can every single time. And I can see that kind of being that bunker of death, because once a body gets wide out here, every single, just like at the last event, every single knuckle in this snake can shoot at this guy.
Oh, and and a lot of the bunkers on the Dorito side can shoot at him from the inside.
Yeah, and again, the best way to kind of just draw these things is find, if you stand up right here,
I mean, even that first back Dorito. I think the first back Dorito shooting over the center brick. Yeah.
Yep.
Paint's coming in there for sure.
Paint's definitely coming in here. This is Marcelo's spot right here. Gonna put him in there.
The Dorito or the can?
The can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stay alive. Go in there and stay alive. But yeah, that's a great way. Is you find these bunkers again when you're breaking these layouts down, and you just kind of take your tracing line and be like, okay, what can I shoot? And as I trace across from the say the snake corner at this point, you can see you can shoot here. Snake corner's got shots on there, and as you kind of move it infield, you can see kind of what the snake corner can really shoot at. And yeah, I think Schwartz Gable, you said something about the pins on the bounce shots. Absolutely. Shooting into this 50 brick, if there's anybody in there, I mean, obviously we all know how we all feel about bounce shots, but it does look like when you're looking at a bounce shot, that one looks like it would go kind of straight in there also.
You know where you're not getting bounce shot? That little cake on the outside of the 50 snake. There ain't no bounce shots coming in there.
No. But you're going to be playing this right here.
Yeah.
You're going to be playing this spot going, hello?
Yeah.
Is anybody in there with me? And the problem is with this thing is because it's so big. I think there was a field like this we played, I remember, at Victory. There was a big brick on the side, on the tape right here.
Remember what you're talking
about. You get in there and like, you want to be tall to come over the top of this thing, get some kills, but you want to try to do the leap of faith around this corner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That field.
Yeah.
What the good move is you sneak into that little spot and then
right here.
No, on the outside of the 50 snake. Yep, where you had it the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just hide there and then tell your team, hey, just get shot out. And I'll let them come down, and you're looking backwards. And then they all come down.
So you go
yeah,
in here.
you go there, you sneak in there.
And you look this way. You guard your own flag station.
Yeah, and you wait for them to all get over there. Hopefully no one comes down the tape.
Hopefully.
Yeah, because they might see her back there.
I think Chris Shearer did that to the Ironman this weekend. He was just kind of like the lone man sitting in the Doritos. There was a big commotion. I think I ran up and bunkered somebody. Someone else traded out, and then they were like, all right, cool, I think we won the game. And there was Chris Schreibeck sitting in that 50. All right, let's check out.
The other thing, too, about
let's see this other layout here.
This field is,
Just another view, guys.
It looks like, it may be pretty advantageous to have this be a snake where you have two guys in the snake, and one behind him.
Oh, absolutely.
But also, it kind of does look like that on the Dorito side, too, where you have a guy that could get on those outside layer of the Doritos, the farthest out on the tape, a guy in those wings, and then a third guy with them.
Let's draw that out. Hold on one second. Okay, so we're talking this is like after the breakout.
Yeah,
mid-game.
So like mid-game.
Okay, so where are we at?
Maybe you have a guy on the... There's two things, but like maybe you have one guy that's playing the tape side of the snake. He's in the snake. Yeah, maybe there.
Maybe right here?
Yep.
Okay.
And then you have a guy that's on the inside of the snake.
Okay. So inside, like right here?
Yeah, just crawling. Right. He's working the inside part.
Okay.
And then you have a guy with him. Let's just put him at the can, the bunker of death.
Bunker of death.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then obviously,
where do we put our other guys?
Wherever out there. So maybe that wing up there. Yeah.
Okay.
So that would probably be like, one situation if you were trying to put some influence on stacking the snake side. But it does look like, so I guess, the way you could transfer is maybe take that outside snake guy there and then put him over on the Dorito side out in those far Doritos.
Right, if you wanted to stack the other side a little bit more.
Yeah, then it's more like that's your package.
I don't know what field layout it was, but I believe that there's going to be abilities to to press either side, one side or the other, pretty hard. I think you can have like a last man standing, it looks like, over on this side, just like you can just do some sort of crazy wildness over here on this side. Because again, once you clear out the other team, if you can kind of identify it, so say we're in this position and there's a bad guy here, there's a bad guy here, or whatever it is, there's a couple of bad guys over on these sides. That's an interesting little shape. If you can kind of get into this thing and you can force a trade out somehow, and you can start binking these guys off, even if you lose your bodies. Again, if you have the last man standing out here, you're going to be able to get down the field and turn it. But there's a ton of vision loss, and it's going to allow teams to quickly do counter punches and fill out, I believe, kind of wherever they want within commotion, and get to these spots. I'm envisioning this being a pretty large spot, and I'm envisioning this area being very hectic. Which like I'm just telling everybody right now, as you go into this weekend's practice, get into this snake structure. Whether you like it or not, whether you want to or not, whether you plan to or not. Because again, there's going to be stuff that happens where you're going to want to plug a hole or need to plug a hole or go with your buddies. And that might mean you getting into these spots and closing the game out in there. So whether you like or you want to get into this position or not, put yourself in that uncomfortable position this weekend whenever you possibly can. Because any old fool can play this thing over here. Any of us can do that.
Which way?
The Dorito side. Anybody can do that. That's the easy part. Also, this little zone right here is going to be very difficult. Right? This is a dead zone. Don't get lazy coming across this. Don't get lazy coming into here, because all of these guys, it looks like this guy can catch you, has a shot on you. I'm going to change the colors up a little bit so you can see a shooting lane here. So this tower's got a shot on you. This back center, maybe not. This 50, that stand up. I don't think this guy's gonna be able to shoot you, but who knows, right? There can be a lot of paint that can travel through here. Maybe this little Dorito can possibly shoot on either ends of this. For sure, can shoot there. So what field was it? It's kind of like the last layout we just played, where you don't want to crawl around the outside of the snake one to get into the snake two. You want to go inside and get wild around in there. So that's how you want to make these moves. All right. So if I'm going to come across this way, in order for me to get from the snake one or whatever you're going to call these things, instead of coming across this way, I know it adds an extra step, but I would go in here first and then try to like crawl up and then over. Does that make sense? Like that.
Yeah.
Like that's how I would get into this outside W. I would not go around the tape here, because I just feel like too many people can see you. You're far too susceptible.
For you guys asking about like bounce shots and the pins, I was sitting here trying to look at it. I mean, from this view, we're more so looking at bounce shots like from the snake side going over to the Dorito side. Like,
well, here I'll bring up the other layout real quick. The overhead view.
Yeah.
So
doesn't look like there's. It's like so congested over there on the Dorito side. That's like, I think it's gonna be like you have to know that guy's there. Of course, there's not like anything that you probably want to spend a lot of time shooting.
Well,
yeah, like maybe that pin next to the snake.
So let's do the same thing, right? We'll just draw a somewhat straight line. Let's make it. What color do we want to do here? Let's make it pink. Okay, so finding bounce shots without, and this is actually not a bad way to do it too, right? I know that a lot of people will kind of go out there and be like, I don't know how you figure these things out, but you just kind of like, okay, we draw this line here. What possibly could this go into from the back from here? Could it shoot all the way across there? Possibly. Is it going to connect? Maybe, maybe not. Could it go this way? I don't think it would bounce that hard or that well. Maybe like this could bounce into each other there. And this is just kind of one of the ways that you locate some bounce shots, is just with the angles. You don't really need to be a geometry major to really figure this out, but you can kind of get the gist of it. And I know that a lot of people out there have very short amounts of time that they can be on the field.
Totally, I was just gonna bring that up.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Well, just so a good way to be efficient at this, like obviously we'd all love to get out there and spend a whole day, like 8 hours. Let's try to shoot every single bounce shot and learn something that no one else is going to know. But a lot of times you don't have that ability. So you want to look at over the day where people are playing the most. Like, where's the highest probability of people going to certain bunkers? And then that's when I would focus on the bunkers surrounding that area, or bunkers that could potentially bounce into that, and see if those work. And that would kind of be like your foundation for the bounce shots. Because you don't, like, we don't need to see, if you're trying to do every bounce shot and see which bounce shots are going to hit the guy that's in your Dorito fort, like, you're going a little bit too far. You're probably not getting the best ones down.
Mm-hmm. And actually, like, the last field had a lot of really good bounce shots on the crosses, right? Like you said, you know, what about this one across here or that there? There was actually a lot of really good bounce shots that worked very well depending on where you are on the field. And you know, I'm kind of just drawing
decent.
I don't know if this snake, but this one looks like it'll work.
Yeah.
Right there. You know, and this is important, right? And this was actually, I've been meaning to make a BKI drill specifically for this. But labeling these, right? So I would come up and I'd be like, okay, this one is going to be called the XYZ, you know, insert any kind of name, call it, you know, pizza or party or whatever.
Pizza party
or pin party, or alpha, or if you don't already have like a number set, if you don't use hundreds already, or if you don't use Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, then that's a great way to create these zones.
Sure.
So you kind of say like, hey, when you get to the D1 or the D2, shoot the Bravo cut, right? And that's this one. If you hear 50 snake and you're in, you know, the D2, shoot the Bravo, or shoot the Alpha if you can, right?
And then here, I'll give you also, for you guys out there that you know, are competitive and playing in those higher divisions, but you don't have the most time on the field, befriend teams that you know might be focusing on and have the ability to do bounce shots. Like, I know a big one for, like, younger Texas teams, like, talk to Paintball Fit. They play the field layout, like, it's from the day it comes out all the way up until the event. They know their bounce shots, you know? So, like, if you have a friend on the team, like, hey, can you go over some of the bounce shots with me? And on top of that, with that, it's important to like, actually test it, because you need to know where to shoot it on the bunker.
Mm-hmm. And again, going to maximizing that time on the field to doing these shots is kind of do what I'm doing right here, or just kind of screenshot this map or play this portion of it as much as you possibly can, and write all these down. Okay, every time that I do this, or just kind of just trace over it what I've been doing on your own when you get this map, and then come up with a couple of these things, like, okay, if there's a guy in the snake corner, if I'm in the D2, the 3, or the 50 Dorito or whatever, can I shoot it off this thing and shoot this guy? And you list them off, and in between points, between whether you're on the field or another team's on the field, when guys are kind of like, because I know that you guys only have a handful of, you only have a handful of time. Like, we're going to have 10 points today and 10 points tomorrow, or whatever you're going to be able to do at your budget. Go run out there and be like, okay, hey, you know, Ryan, run out to the corner real quick. I'm going to try this bounce shot. Okay, good. In there, boom. I'm going to shoot this one. I'm going to run up the field. I'm going to go, all right, sit in that corner. I'm going to shoot it from here. I'm going to shoot it from here. I'm going to shoot it from here. I'm going to shoot it from all these spots that I can possibly shoot it from, and just let me know if any of these connect on you. And if they do, just give me a thumbs up, and we'll move on to the next one. And then we'll sit there on the sidelines and wait for the next point to end, and I'm going to go, oh, hey, Ryan, go sit in the back center real quick. I've got another shot. And then, or hey, Kyle, go sit in the back center real quick. I'm going to take the shot, and boom, does this go in on you? And he's going to give you a thumbs up or down, and if you have a coach or a third person that can help you out, then this is how you mark them off on an efficient time scale. And you just run out there in between points. You don't take up too much time between this person or the other person, and you try your best to be as efficient as possible.
Can we try something here and look at and see if we think this field might, like, is possible to play slow? Like, look at maybe Let's look at like some bunkers that we think are pretty obtainable off the break without getting shot. So I think a Dorito corner may be pretty safe.
I think it is.
Yeah. So let's go with that.
So let me do this. I'm gonna put the two kind of lanes off the break here from this side. So we'll be on the close side. Bad guys will be on the far side, and we'll just kind of like maybe.
It's hard. I don't know if.
I don't think that it's.
You might have to be like almost in front.
So these will be the two shooter lanes. I think you're gonna make it out to this spot.
Yeah. Personally. I think the Dorito might be pretty safe as well.
I think you're gonna be safe kind of going into any of these spots. Because again, I think there'll be a safety cut right there.
Yeah, or it's like this might also be interesting that it's like how big of a factor does that snake side can have into play? Like if you shoot the snake side, you have a lot of good vision and maybe an extra safety shot. But do you have a good shot as a safety
shot on the cross?
Yeah, like over top.
Kind of here. I think you do have it right there a little bit, but that's threading the needle on. And we're looking at. I'm gonna highlight this one a different color real quick. We're looking at this shot on the cross here from the can. This pin really seems to be in the way. You can thread the needle on one side or the other, shoot over the top, but you're not protecting yourself. I think there's going to be huge bites that can happen over there.
Yeah.
Because again, if you're in this can, you really want to pay attention to what's going on in front of you.
Sure.
Right? Because if you lose your guy, you got to do a quick fill or whatever it is. That Dorito side, I think, is going to be open for a lot of opportunities.
Okay, here. Well, actually, so maybe the spot is that little brick in the center.
Yep. To go to this and shoot which way?
Dorito side. Through there as a safety.
As like just to make sure they don't make it go far.
Well, can he come?
This pin right here is kind of in the way. Huh? I think there's big. It looks like there's big bites. I can pull up this one again. Again looking this way because of this wedge. You can run around this side. I'm gonna make this a dotted line so we can say it's shooting. You can run around this side of it, maybe, like out to here and up. But even then, as you go up the field, you lose vision. And you're kind of running through quite a bit of complications in this area. So yeah, this spot right here can kind of dive in and shoot through here. But you're on your knees off the break. Yeah. And this guy is also susceptible. If the back center doesn't have a great shot on the outside, right? There's no shot here. Really can kind of I think you can kind of shoot on the outside of this. My first shots out of the back center might be right there.
Yeah.
To make sure that no one's running up there.
Unless you can thread it in between.
Quickly bring your gun across this way and send a body. That's a great man protect, right? Send a body wide, right? Send a body all the way out and around. Because back center can see this. There's no stand up on this side, so even if you do run to this Dorito, you can't see anything. You can kind of run to the tape here and maybe catch a body out here in the open.
Yeah, but you gotta
right. So this guy could kind of come out here and possibly real fast, and maybe shoot me. But again, you can just extend this route out slightly more.
Yeah. To
block that guy out. Again, yeah, this is a good spot to stop it. But again, if you just put some pressure on him from the back center into that door. This door right here has got a little bit of a. Oh, that's not funny looking. This door's got a good shot right there. Yeah, and these, it's the pins. These pins really block a lot of stuff out. I can see. It's going to be tricky, and look, there are going to be these shots that are there, and actually, honestly, really small, the whole aim small miss ball. This is going to help people. Okay? I'm telling you. When we're having people shoot off the break and it's just kind of get it over there.
Yeah.
And then it's there's a little bit on the ground, there's some at the net, there's a little left and right, but if you're you got to shoot the landing zone of that.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you got. People tend to get more accurate.
Yes.
Aim small, miss small. Now we might miss a little bit left here, hit this pin, hit that one. But once you get this dialed in, you're only shooting here, you're really shutting off this zone. Next, I'm going to go back over to this layout here. Next, I want to kind of see the shots as we move up into these wedges. So this first wedge,
I think that wedge actually, if you were to like try to slow the game down a little bit, that wedge looking inside could be pretty good. Like if the other team has to come win a point quickly, like right there, looking that, if you got really, really tight and just waited for that guy to come through that channel, you have pretty good jump on that snake player. Because you could hide from him when he comes onto your right past the center cake.
He basically has to come here to shoot you.
Yeah, or try to force his way into that laydown, which you're going to be able to see him.
Yeah.
So I think that's good. And what also is good about that is they have to come all the way to like your side Dorito and wrap it still to shoot you in the back.
Oh, this pin right here. This would be a great spot to come if you can kind of play it off this pin and stop secondary movement.
Yeah.
Like this looks good, but
so what the other thing I was looking at is it looks like that snake side Aztec might be the guy that has like the best crossfield shots.
That coming guy here, shooting across this way.
Yeah, that big channel.
This channel right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. It's I mean, it's still a tight one.
Yeah.
Because look, you can get help from a friend right here. This guy can just come. You and I can stand over the top of the wedges.
Yeah.
And we can just put pressure on that guy. And it doesn't look like, and the good thing is it doesn't look like there's any bounce shots on him. But yes, this gap right here. And the best way to shut that down is clearly this gap from the 50 brick. But you're not in there for very long.
What about that lay down on the snake, that like snake brick behind the snake?
Oh, back here?
Yeah.
That's too far. You know, that kind of worked in that in that last layout, right? But there was a much bigger window. Actually, both of the last two layouts had a snake one just like this, right? Where you could see there was a pretty large gap. But this is good, but I don't think it's fantastic.
I mean, it's always different, you know, when we get to the field, right? Like when we actually go out there and stand out there, it's like
we're talking this gap right here.
Yeah.
But it's now you can see doesn't look great.
What's interesting is like I'm starting to notice like there's not a lot of these crossfield shots, especially on the Dorito side, to keep guys out of like they're really narrow shot lanes and like open spaces. But the one place that does have really good shots is the center 50.
Yeah.
Like that's your guy that's going to make sure that.
Yeah, you get up in here and you stop all this movement.
But then also like now we're kind of talking about like how difficult is it to get up there. And if it's not difficult, then the other guy's going to be in there with you.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about routes up to the center 50. I feel that, let's see here. If we're talking routes up to the center 50, this one is a clear route, kind of like that.
Yeah. And who are we, and like the people that the center runner has to worry about are probably that first Dorito and then the snake can, right?
Right. Back center, you know. Yeah. And then I guess you could come around this way. I don't think that this is the safest route, personally. I guess you can kind of maybe run at this can right here, shooting snake way to see what happens, and then just dive across.
That's hairy though, coming back through the back center's gun.
Yeah, through the back center's gun.
I'm not trying to do that.
This looks kind of juicy. It's just running into this,
and then going, and then cutting in.
Yeah, and then you cut in this direction.
Yeah.
Kind of being unseen, maybe, possibly.
Yeah.
But getting lost,
that Dorito
right?
Guy is playing straight ahead on you.
Yeah, this guy right here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really worry about him. I think you can put enough pressure on him, and it's still like he might be. He's not. I don't think he's gonna. I think you can check him off. I think you can make these moves
Granted, again, it always may turn out a little bit different, and some shots might open up more than we can see from just looking at it here. But like, I feel like the little bit of like difficulty you and I are having here with finding places to slow down, especially this Dorito side, could make it for an interesting field layout. Because it usually we can find some spots here that slows at least some progression down around the 30-40 yard line area, and it doesn't seem like there's a lot of bunkers that's very easy to do it from, which kind of makes that center 50 brick pretty important, that you want to get there if you're like trying to slow a team down. Like, say you're up a bunch of points, you probably still want to get to that 50 brick so that you can look the Dorito way.
And you know what? You look relatively, because of this pin, this 50 pin right here, you look kind of safe from the snake side. So, whereas, like, if you're in the Doritos, if you're in this thing looking this direction, the guy can swoop around on you.
Yeah.
Right? And shoot you in the back.
Yeah.
Someone can bunker you around this way and be in this thing. But when you're looking Dorito way,
he has to come all the way to your laydown.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of very similar, right? So you can just sneak into here, and you're gonna get that kill on that middle.
Yeah.
You're definitely exposed in here, and the reason you're also exposed is because anybody who makes a big move can go and bunker you and just go into like the other team's either one of these two spots. There's like a safety zone that you can get into on either move. I don't know what shots you're gonna have on the cross once you get into, like, maybe you'll get some kills here. If you make this big move, probably gonna die on this side. But same thing if you come through the middle here. These are tough shots, but certainly doable. I like this. It looks like it's gonna be a more aggressive type of field.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different counters you can do, and there's a lot of different like, if it becomes like where this center bunker is really important to get to, you almost like you have a choice. You either go up there with the center player and be ready to trade out so that your Dorito players could go down the field, or if the Dorito side is really difficult to shoot off the break, then you get past that gap before that guy gets up to the center break, and so you get into that second wing, or that Dorito. I don't know what we'd call that, Dorito 3, I guess, if you're starting at the small Dorito.
This one, I
don't know, like past that.
Oh, okay.
You want to get into there or the second wing next to it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the center brick now can halt you from getting down the field.
Yeah, and let's talk about that real quick before we jump into that, because I kind of just drew out a makeshift game plan here. Let's talk about that real quick as far as labeling and naming the bunkers. Okay? Because this is important, right? Because you have the Dorito side, obviously. You have the snake side, which has a ton of structures on it. Then you've got this interior line of bunkers. Okay. Then you've got this Dorito kind of sitting all by itself. Do you label this Dorito 1?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think you give
that
this its own name.
Yeah.
And you start 1, 2, 3, 4, because they're just. And I know that Maddie will be calling this the Dorito 1, just because of. It's just the first Dorito.
Yeah.
But I think you kind of you label these things in succession as they are. You'd call this the back left? You'd call this the corner?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a stand up on the outside.
And it's like it's a big bunker over there. So
now on the snake side, what would you call this part of the snake, or no? These two? This line? Because I'm thinking that I would call this the snake, and then I would give this line
an extra
set of names.
Yeah.
Whether it's Alpha Bravo Charlie, or Viper,
totally,
Cobra,
or like 100, 200, 300.
Exactly.
Or if you wanted to call those wings, one of those, the wings on the Dorito side, Alpha Bravo,
right?
Charlie,
exactly.
Or 100, 200.
And look, the reason that we're saying this, everybody, is because you don't want to have. Let's talk about it on the snake side. You don't want to have snake 1, 2, 3, 4. Get a 50 snake, outside Cobra, 50 snake Viper. Like, you want to have a distinct setup here, so you can immediately say he's on the outside. And granted, they can move in really quickly, but it's just, you're not having to count.
Yes.
Right? You're not having to go,
yes.
Oh, it's snake 3. Oh, crap. Is it this thing or is it this thing?
Yeah.
Right?
Is it want to be thing? Like some succession that's easy like to recognize and go like, okay, Alpha, Charlie, oh shit. Or 100, oh, he's in 300 now. Like, you kind of know where that pressure is instantly.
Exactly.
Versus like going, let me see. That bunker was here, so there's 2 more, and then he's. It's definitely a field where you want to have some association or grouping
exactly.
with your calls.
Exactly. And we're gonna have we've done some code stuff here before. There's like some code stuff on the BKI library that we can always talk about later on down the road.
I mean, honestly, like just even too, we both do a lot of coaching. Like what we're talking about here, I think with a field layout like this, it's gonna be potentially as fast as it looks. What we're talking about is vital. Mm-hmm. The way that you guys name this call, because if it is gonna play fast, if you want
to get the call immediately and get your gun up and across the spot, or make a quick counter punch move in order to get that shot on the cross immediately and not have to think, is he on the inside, is he on the outside, is he back here, is he over there, is that Dorito one? And I know that practice will allow this to unfold eventually. And you really should study this quite a bit. I know people don't take a lot of time to study the names and stuff. And I want to give a big props to Brady Rivera, who came out, one of the Dynasty Champions Club members, also a U19 kid. He came out to practice with us over the weekend just to kind of hang out, like shadow us. I've been talking with his mom quite a bit, and big time, studies the game quite a lot. I want to say he's 16 or 15 or 16. Trying out for U19s with Marcelo next month or at the end of this month, and I had him sit there and he's watching. We let him play a couple points towards the end, and he's like, "Hey, do you know the names of the bunkers?" He's like, "No." All right, run out there real quick and kind of like try to get those down as quickly as possible. Yeah. Try to figure those out as fast, and he did. Once he was kind of sitting there watching, he was helping fill pods. He was listening to us talk, and he got that down. And we have to, when we, back in our heyday, I guess, travel overseas. I played with a Portuguese team, a Russian team. You played with in Mexico a bunch. Like, it is, I understand it. It's difficult to learn codes, but you have to, because you want to make sure that not only are you in the best shape to win and most efficient and effective to be able to win, but you can help your team win.
Sure.
And it's not all about you shooting 5 guys. It's like, I need to get this information to my guy as quickly as possible. I need to make sure that Schreibeck out there can hear exactly where this guy is in the snake, so he can just sneak up here and shoot whoever it is in the back. Yes. That's exactly kind of what he did in that huge point this weekend. He was like creeping around, just keeping an eye on where Mouse was, and eventually was able to get up there behind him and shoot him. So I just drew up a little plan. I think that this is going to be a common thing, and I think, like Kyle, you pointed out earlier, is you sit in the open here, you take your shots infield. Let's make it all the same color here. You take your infield shots real quick, and then you have the option. This guy can kind of go safety out here. He can go over here or into the snake one. I think is a good option. Back center doubled up, and it's not bad on this field. Also, I mean, depending on how tight this back center is, like we were trying to like a lot of teams were shooting into the back center over the last weekend. I don't think anybody really got shot out of there. So at some point I was like, you know what? It's not really that helpful to do that pressure in the back center. But what it does is sometimes if a back center guy sees somebody standing in the open, they give up on this outside shot here.
Yeah.
And then that's like what people need to understand about playing in these blind zones right here is you got to be really confident about it. That last WCPPL event, there's great blind zones. Yeah. But if you weren't confident, you were going to struggle.
Yeah.
You're in for a little bit.
I was doing that a lot too on this last weekend.
Yeah.
Even as a one guy, because
I saw that.
The guy,
it was hard to make it wide.
Well, because the back center would come up and go, "Oh, he's standing in the blind." And then I would release when he noticed me.
Yes, and so that's the thing, is the timing and getting comfortable with it. And a lot of times, your job, you want to arrive alive.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily to shoot this guy. Obviously, you want to get good paint on the back center player to help your snake player make this spot, but you also kind of want to be seen a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you want to huck it into this thing. So don't worry about running and shooting through this next little bit. You run and dive into that spot.
Yeah.
And get there alive.
And that's a spot too where it's like, as the horn goes, you probably have 3 options, and you try to choose the correct one right there. Mm-hmm. Do you shoot at the wide guy? Is there a guy in that same spot? You got to shoot back at him, or do you shoot at the back center? Do you go back to safety towards the back center, or do you go out?
Well, it looks like you're gonna be blocked from your mirror.
Yeah.
Right. So these cans are gonna block you out, and actually with those cans there, it kind of blocks off your entry into this spot. So you don't really have too far you need to go. And it looks like, I'm looking at this thing now that I'm kind of looking at it a little bit more. There's a nice blind zone there.
Yeah.
Look at this. This looks good. Now you're super exposed
to the other guy,
to your mirror
and the Aztec.
But you can run out here because the Aztec's gonna dive in.
Yeah.
Right. So you can run out here and possibly catch this guy if he's playing sloppy, but you can run out here real fast, shoot at this dude, and then take a nice dive in. Also, maybe fill out to the corner or something like that. And I think you're gonna be able to dive on the ground. This thing's gonna be a little taller than we think.
You know, what I was looking at is it doesn't look like the 50 areas of the snake actually have that many good cross shots. It's like they have them. If you're still in the back, like maybe into that back Dorito corner or that.
So let's start from here, right? Do the old let's cross it up here. Okay, maybe you can squeeze one on the back center.
If he's playing sloppy, yeah.
Yep, definitely have a shot on this center brick. Nothing over there. Center 50, yes. Back left, maybe between that pin. Nope, doesn't look great there. So that's your shots from there.
Yeah.
Okay, so
if you get in there undetected, maybe, but like.
Let's walk it up and do the same thing from here. And these W's though, these little mini W's have a ton of shots because you can always come over the top of everything. So just coming over the top, you can see both of these guys. You're gonna see back center. You're gonna have to wrap pretty big on that guy. Doesn't look fantastic here.
No.
Okay. The 50 is blocked out, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
Have the wing if
you got the wing. You've got the. If he's playing sloppy, you got still kind of maybe have a thread there. Maybe, if the bunkers are slightly deflated, maybe a little
back
off.
up a little bit.
Yep. Further across, and this is how it's been a lot of the times, right? The further up at the snake you get, the lousier the shots are on the Dorito side.
Yeah.
Let's back up. I think you're gonna have pretty much the exact same shots. Maybe just some of those ones that we had were just slightly worse. But let's go into this 50 structure, which is where we were talking about. This cake is not going to be fun to play.
No.
If you get in here, I don't even know if you're going to want to pop up here.
Yeah.
You may as well just go to their side.
Throw up an air horn in the 50 snake. Hey, I'm here, guys. Bounce shot central. No chance.
Here I am. Okay, so let's just skip this one. Let's just go. Let's get a little smaller. A little smaller now. And here we are. We're on your side. Okay. This is how you want to do it, right? You always want to check from the back here, because you don't want to pop up and try to shoot the back center if there's a guy in this 50. So clearly have the 50. Okay, strafing it up a little bit more.
Don't have that Dorito really.
You don't have that Dorito at all. You might have this guy possibly. You definitely have these two guys. If there's anybody in this can or here, if there's a guy in this can. He's been doing a bad job this whole time.
Yeah.
Can blocks there.
Yeah. And as we get into this area, you have to play that lay down pretty tight. You can't just like go back and forth.
Right. This I'm gonna call it the command center brick right here. Definitely has a lot of people can shoot you and shoot at you.
Yeah.
This might also be the bunker of death. But I just don't think there's gonna be a lot of people in here for.
Yeah, and like if this guy's this far down the snake, you might be a little bit farther up on the Dorito side too.
Okay. Definitely.
If you are stuck back there, and a guy gets up here quick, then he does have some decent shots.
Okay. And then here, let's talk about this. The wrap. Old wrap dog. Oops, running out of space here on my Spick Span mouse pad here. So wrap dog right here.
Guys. From the inside, that can blocks a lot.
Yes. Yeah. These two spots. You've got this. I think this is your best method, right? You're blocked out from the corner.
Yes. Yeah.
You've got probably a guy here. If you get into this 50 really quickly, and you just kind of like try to surprise him, and then you go up here and just try to bunker whoever else is in front of you. Crawl straight around this thing really quickly. Try to listen the best you can to where the guy is in the snake. It's gonna be tough if they're sitting there shooting. You want to wrap around this. You're gonna see a lot of people wrap around this opposing team snake and shoot a bad guy that's laying in here. We'll give him a little oval. He'll be playing like that. I think this is you're gonna see a handful of deaths like this.
Yeah.
I think this spot right here is gonna be hard to get to, just because everybody can see it. People can shoot down on top of you. So there's gonna be somebody here or here, and this little wraparound on a quick move is gonna get this kill, and a handful of these, and then start wrapping it a little bit further.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of both of these sides is gonna be like you're playing the guy right in front of you.
In front of you. I think so too.
And like, with that being said, like, since there's not a lot of different like lanes that hold guys in, what do your twos do? Like, especially on the Dorito side,
dude,
like,
follow them up. Yeah, or get in a position to protect.
Yeah, follow. Like, I wonder if it like.
So let's talk.
Especially on the Dorito side, like maybe the 2 is like actually a 1. Like you have 2 1s that are going heads up.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. You know, like you get up into there, we get our extra body out here. I don't know. I don't know how good this thing's gonna be, but I'm a big fan. I like these things. I like these little cakes on the outside because I think you can get really sneaky.
Well, we can.
Looks like you might be able to get shot from across, but possibly not. Okay, and you have a ton of shots, and you can easily make this move into the snake structure, especially if you have a body in front of you, unnoticed.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're in this big brick here. And again, you have all these shots on the outside.
Big brick for us.
Big brick for us. You're in this little brick. and I'm just gonna keep this line drawn out to this can, the bunker of death that I pointed out, because you can shoot him from every single spot on the snake. You can shoot this can. So anybody who's playing the snake, or the number 2 or the number 3 in the snake, you guys should all do this drill. And I do this with Mikey. Mikey's like a student of the game, big time, probably like more than anybody. Like notes, like walk me through the spot, call these out. And I did a drill here on the BKI library along. It was called Shots on Demand, I believe is what it's called. So if you guys are BKI members, check this one out. And what it does is you kind of go to a spot, and let's call it the corner, and I'll say, all right, shoot snake 1, shoot the 100, shoot the California, shoot snake 1, shoot the 50, shoot this, shoot that, shoot the 100, shoot the alpha, shoot the thing. And then every single time you pop up or you switch hands and you take your shots at different positions. But it's going to be really important, just like in that last field, right? And I played that stupid can. I hated that thing. And all I'm thinking when I'm sitting in there, and Chad shot me 2 different times in the finals, he dove into it, and where's he going to come out? I don't know. So I'm just got my eyes closed, just peppering all around it, and he shot me down the inside 2 different times, right? And spots that I wasn't ready for. And that's also why, and if I'm playing this spot, as soon as the snake was open, as soon as this corner was open, as soon as anything over here was open, I would immediately fill out of this can and go to any of these spots that I could possibly go to get the hell out of this can. Now, granted, it does also look like this can has fantastic vision onto the snake because you can shoot at everybody. But I'm telling you, if a 2-man op happens back here, and if you've been to any of my clinics, I'm a big fan of this, and you're playing against a guy, maybe they're set up like this, where they're doing the kind of single man show over here. This guy is pressuring you heads up, kind of, and this is his job, is just to kind of like keep this guy's whack-a-mole, this guy's head down, and he's doing all this, and you get a guy that slips out to this corner from the can, you're going to be able to put a lot of pressure on this.
Well, and the other thing too that is going to be difficult about this can is that if you can go to the Dorito corner tower off the break, you can instantly come up and shoot into that can. Which is going to make that guy's life really hard.
Way tougher. So, yeah, I'm excited for this layout. This is going to be a fun one. We're playing it tomorrow.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. We're jumping in there. We're jumping in there tomorrow. So, guys, that was just kind of a I'd call that a full BKI breakdown right there. What you can kind of expect as far as a first look. We don't have a magic crystal ball. We don't know exactly how the layout's going to be played, but we have some really good ideas. And I think that when you guys, the big takeaway from this breakdown is when you guys go look at the layout again, wherever you do it, whether you're doing it in the 3D model where you're kind of looking at everything here and there, but the simplest way is just kind of draw that line and just scroll around from each position where you're at and be like, okay, I kind of have an idea. Because from that overhead view, you really get to see what each position can do. I know you can scroll around, and the Guns Up app is incredibly helpful for that as well. And then bring out a couple of pieces of paper. and draw those lines out, and then go out to the field when you first walk it and be like, okay, I see this. This is my vision. I'm seeing it now.
Totally.
And then maximize your time this weekend. If your team is not up, run out on the field. If you've got like a 20-minute break or 15-minute break or whatever your rotation is at your local field, run out there and get as much information as you possibly can. Bill Brasky, fire. And I think that's going to help you guys out quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then, on the BKI library, we've got a ton of other really good stuff in there for you guys. Lots of things that you can learn from, obviously. Different drills that can help you, specifically pulling out and onto leveling up your game. The shots on demand, how to walk the fields, snap shooting, breakout shooting, any kind of drills for breaking down the field. And then we're also going to be putting in another layout breakdown for you guys next week. So you guys can subscribe. I believe there's a link down below. I think this link should work as well. Whoops. So go ahead and click on that. Make sure you guys sign up and check out all the other stuff that we have out there. And lots of at-home drills as well. Yeah, good luck to all of our media friends. Verbal, Ryan. I think you guys need to lay down inside of there into that the penalty zone. I don't know how they're going to ref that.
Yeah, that's
it's
going to
be
point,
a mess
actually.
in there. It is going to be a mess.
Yeah, because you don't want to lay down in some of those spots because you're going to get shot. Or, I mean, not shot, run over.
You're going to get run over.
Stampeded.
Mm-hmm. This nice. Make sure it works. There it is. Also, before we jump into the... Oh, what do we do? We're skipping? We're all right? We're all right over there?
We're all right.
We're all right. We're still living. We're still okay. If you guys are looking for some gear, right? Check out matrixpaintball.com. Also, if you need some pods for the weekend, the Philly event, check out the Gen X. We got links down below to all of our show supporters and our sponsors. We really appreciate everybody's support. Obviously, if you're not a member, join. Duh. That big thanks to Riley D for jumping in there as a support member. We saw you jumped into the Mega Support Status membership. I'm gonna throw out another air horn because we haven't enough. Check out Nectar, guys. A nootropic energy pouch. I know Mafia's got a code. This stuff's pretty rad. It really dials you in. It's got nootropics in there, packed with a little bit of caffeine, so it helps with your focus. A little vasodilator, helps your neurons and your brain. The juices flow in there, and they're legit. They taste good. I definitely they're legit.
Yeah.
That got me through Archfest. It gets me through a little bit in the mornings, and I'm a full believer here in the nectar. Buy 2 get 1 free. If you guys click the link in there, discount code Tuesday. It's already applied when you guys go to checkout. So add 3 items to your cart. It'll discount 1. Jesse, when do I get to Hawaii to surf? When I'm lucky. I will be actually out there in February of next year. I know it seems like it's far away, but we're gonna be doing the big game out there, so we'll be exciting. Speaking of which, let's pull out the calendar here. I've got a bunch of events coming up here. This month, SC Village is unveiling their grand opening of all their new turfed fields. I've seen a bunch of it firsthand. I specifically said make sure that stuff, I want to be able to play pool on that turf. The turf has actually only ever been used one time.
Oh, wow.
And it was by Tom Brady.
No way.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's the word. That's the word I got. So pretty much brand new turf. It's going to have that infill in it, so it's going to be soft, it's going to be nice, it's going to be great. June 24th, 25th, I'll be there at SC Village for kicking things off. We're back, baby. Followed by July 8th and 9th at Annandale Paintball in Minnesota. I believe that might already be sold out completely. I'm not sure. Then headed at the end of July to the BKI Summer Camp in Boston. There are still spots available, possibly. I don't think you're going to get a jersey with your name on it, but it doesn't matter because that's probably the best paintball experience you could ever have. Kyle, I know that you're a huge proponent of that.
Yeah.
You eat, sleep, breathe, play paintball 4 days straight. All your paint is included. All your food is included. You get to, you're living with us. You get to live.
Yeah.
Pick our brains.
Fully immersed.
Full immersion. Yes, that's right. That's how I learned how to speak Spanish.
Really?
Yeah, not at the BKI summer camp.
Oh, I was gonna say like
full immersion, baby. Full immersion. Let's go, air horn for the immersiveness. Okay. Then August 5th and 6th, I'll be back at SC Village. So we're doing 2 of those things almost back to back. Then back to back East Coast. We're doing AG Paintball. We'll play the commercial here in a second. We're going to a special live Spick and Span broadcast, so you guys can sign up. Live studio audience. I'm pretty excited about that. Look at that, I was playing piano right there.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. Live studio audience, so we're going to have you guys interacting. We're going to bring some spicy stuff for everybody to try. At your discretion, maybe we'll have some, maybe just get some waivers or something like that.
Yeah, some waivers.
Okay. And then we actually, I think they have a pretty cool little plan set up for AG Paintball. I think we're going to be doing like a lot of interaction, immersion.
Yeah.
Immersion.
Yeah.
That's the word of the show.
Learning Spanish.
Then we're headed back out to Black Ops Paintball August 19th and 20th. All right, so double back-to-back out there. We're really excited about all of that. So show some support if you guys are looking to learn. If you guys are Alejandro and everybody else who's looking to sign up for a pro clinic, no matter who it's from, it doesn't matter what division you play or where you are in your paintball journey, you can always learn something. And you're probably going to learn a lot. And any opportunity you have, especially when you're new, is you don't have very many bad habits. Right? So it's easier to break your bad habits. Plus, it's a huge confidence boost. Okay? And on top of that, the SC Village ones, we're gonna have a lot of people out of those. And I believe that's gonna be the grand opening. So this is a perfect opportunity for you guys. Hey Kyle, you're a member now.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Wow. Chris
Thanks,
Oden.
Chris O. Mine just expired today, so that was perfect timing.
So yeah, it's again really, really great opportunities.
And if there's not a pro coming to your field, I guarantee you, for about basically the same price it would cost for you to go to one of these clinics, you could probably reach out to your favorite pro. If it's not, if they're not going to be able to come to your field, I bet you could set up a Zoom call with them and pick their brain about whatever it is. And that's not just Ryan and I. I guarantee you can reach out to probably most any of the pro players in the community, and they'll probably respond back to you and say, hey, I'd love to compensate you for your time. Can we jump on an hour-long Zoom call and I can pick your brain, or you can help me out, and it could be a guy specific to your position. So I think that's available out there too for everyone to increase your knowledge at a faster pace.
Yeah, and actually that's a very good point. If you guys are looking for personal coaching, in a multitude of different ways, where a lot of the pros are available for that. So go ahead and hit us up. We can definitely fit you guys into a schedule and a regiment. If it's one time, we do field breakdowns a lot with teams. We'll get the whole team together and we'll do pretty much what we just did on there, but we'll give you guys a handful of game plans and help you guys manage and effectively run your practices more efficiently. And I think that that's a really big takeaway and a big key. And it's also good because I know that some captains and coaches are a little bit more motivated and oriented to that. They're like, come on guys, I really want you to do this. But when you bring one of us in there to help kind of ignite that fire, light that fire, it helps out quite a bit. So that definitely is going to be helpful to really get you guys going there. And then finally, we've got this. I think I put it in the community stage. I mentioned it earlier, but we're going to be giving away this Sandana courtesy of Matrix Paintball. Check out matrixpaintballgear.com. Use code SPICKANDSPAN25 if you want to get one of these headbands in particular. This is the headband show.
This is a headband show.
Because I think did you guys just do a drop last night?
On Monday night we did a little bit of a secret drop, a bunch of new products, and a lot of pre-release products. I can explain that a little bit more in detail if you want to just go into that right now. But we just released a bunch of products that are temporarily a lot cheaper than they're going to be to get the pre-sale orders in, and then they're going to go back to full price. But we did a kind of like a little surprise stealth drop with that, with some little bit of Easter eggs, some discount codes that are kind of cluttered around. If you paid attention to that, and I know those discount codes are still up there. So if you follow the brand, like we did before with that little Easter egg, you should be able to kind of see where we're going with that and find some different discount codes. But also too, we just restocked our gloves and we did them at a lot cheaper price now. So it's 3 pairs for $30. We just got those back in, and then there's a lot of brand new apparel that we are taking pre-orders for currently, and they're a lot of the products are a lot cheaper than they're going to be. So we'll probably run that for a few more days. All the prices are there with the full retail price is going to be after we stop taking these pre-sale orders, as well as the hats that we just made. So a lot of cool new stuff that we got coming, as well as new headbands for the tournament. So we'll have those there, and then a restock of all like our newer beanies, the Pro Series beanies, which I'm going to be giving 2 away of these today. This Cascade, this like dark olive color, and then just classic black, which you can never go wrong with.
I got a tiger. We're loading the gift list up here right now.
And then also too, gotta show some support to the teammate Nico Hyde with Enjoy Paintball. Gave me some really nice headbands to give away here, and I actually asked him, this was funny, I said, what do you want me to say about information on your brand? And he said, I've been playing paintball for 100 years, and this is by far the best paintball company ever created. Also, Nico is the greatest player of all time. Ryan Greenspan said that. And he said, you can find us on Instagram at Enjoy Paintball and on the website, enjoypaintball.com. And he's happy to support y'all, and thank you to all of our viewers.
Yeah, these are cool, man. Good shout out to Nico. And hey, look, I'll tell you what, Enjoy Paintball is probably the best paintball name out of any company.
Yeah. That's
it. I will say that. I've been playing paintball for 100 years, and this has got to be the best name of... Actually, I think any company. You can enjoy anything.
Yeah.
That's just the best, insert company name here.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, enjoy toilet seats. Enjoy microphones. Enjoy computers.
Shoot Splat. The J-Rab headband is actually in process right now, so that should be done any week now.
Enjoy.
So sooner rather than later. So.
All right, I'm adding Riley's name and a couple other names to the list here. So let's do this. We'll give away the Enjoy bands. We got the Tiger Wear. Oh my God, the pen just broke.
Wow. There's a.
Where's all the good pens?
I don't know.
What happened to them?
Mine too.
I'm not gonna steal that one.
Your daughter stole them. I don't know where that.
Blame the kid, huh?
Yeah,
Blame the kid. That's easy. I'm with you. She for sure lost it.
I don't know where any of my pens are too.
Okay, so we're gonna do some Omega support status member giveaways. We want to appreciate everybody who supports us. Obviously, we got a ton of stuff to give away here, as Kyle just said. Mega members are gonna get. We got the Gen X Global Pod Caddy filled with extra Gen X goodies inside of it.
One of those Tiger Wear beanies will go away.
Yep. And HK Army. We still have not given away these goggles. Let's give these goggles away today too.
Yeah,
oh man, we lost already. We stopped doing the breakdown. We lost 60, 80, almost 100. Yeah. Well,
maybe they got cut out or something.
Yeah, must have.
There's no chance they would have left.
That's true because it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so entertaining.
Yeah. Must have been.
No, let's do the real breakdown now.
Oh yeah. The secret stuff.
The secret stuff. So we'll give away this. We'll give away some nectar pouches. Hey, how about this for the nectar pouches? Anybody? And look, we did a poll. Also, let's get the results from the poll here. So it looks like 49% of you say the D side is going to be the strongest side, followed by 38% say the snake, and then 13 sadists who like to get welted up say the center is going to be the best spot to play. So Godspeed to you up in the middle.
Thomas Hernandez, I do clinics.
Do.
He said you don't do clinics. I do clinics, but I've kind of catered more towards teaching teams, and so private teams. private team clinics, which I like to do a little more of the advanced stuff. But I do clinics as well. If I'm reached out to come out to a field, a couple like Ryan and I are doing 2 back to back at the end of or middle of August. But I like to get into the nitty gritty strategy aspects of the game, and I also like to do those. The Zoom calls are fun for me too, to break stuff down a little bit more in depth.
Yeah, those are fun, man, and it's good. They're quick. They're really to the point, and it helps to just get the concise information.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Let's see here. Also, I just posted in there. Everybody whoever out there feels like they might have a little bit of a energy drink problem, go ahead and comment Nectar in the comments right there, and then we're gonna pick Kyle pick three names out of that section who keep commenting in there, and we're gonna send you a free Nectar sample. Chili Borat, I think we already sent you one, which you can get another one too. But let us know. I think we did, but let us know if you tried them, if you liked them. Definitely ramps you up on the energy, and definitely gets you more mental focus, which is huge for us. Okay, let's jump over here. Bingo bango. We're gonna go. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna go right off the break, and we're going to. Let's do this. I'm going to look at this. I'm shuffling them up. This is all of our super mega support status members. We're going with a Tiger Wear beanie right here. Tiger Wear.
Yeah.
Boom. Also, if you guys want to upgrade your... Oh, Mr. Braver. Congratulations. You just won yourself a Tiger Wear beanie. Okay, let's go with the Gen X Global. Gen X Global prize package here. A pod caddy to Mr. Gabe Muselman.
Oh yeah, Chili Borat said it was very good. He said he wrote something about it earlier.
That's right. Okay, let's do one more mega support. We're going for the Enjoy headband. This is probably this one looks sick. So we'll put this one away right here. This is a mega member right here to Miss Sarah Gill Lyon. Mr. Sarah Gill is also a HORMESIS collector, so it never hurts to have a little bit extra. I believe she's the community queen. Okay, we're gonna clear out of this for a second.
All right, got my 3 winners.
Okay.
Chet, because he was interested in coming to summer camp, which is the best event of the year.
Got it.
Shoot Splat, because he always says Spick of the Goat. Got to get you hooked up. And Dr. Despair said, I could watch this show for hours.
Dude, everybody's, there's a little bit of favoritism
you
coming
3
here,
guys
but you guys,
no, it's
you got it. Hey, you got to squeak. You got to, what is it? The grease.
Yeah.
The grease.
But that was all before.
I know. I like
we did that contest.
Hey, also, if you're interested in it, guys, just check it out. It's cheaper than an energy drink. It's it's better for you than an energy drink, 100%. And just check it out. Maybe you're gonna stop slamming those monsters and those, because the guy in St. Louis was drinking gummy bear or Sour Patch gummy bear energy drink.
I can't
imagine what that's made
of. Those lingering around the field this last weekend.
Dude, I don't know why I can't even imagine what happens to your guts when that happens. So yeah, check them out, guys. And show some support to the Nectar crew. Kyle, you got those names down. Okay, I'm gonna spin the big wheel here. Okay, this is for all members. We love everybody, obviously, equally. So I'm gonna jump over here. We've got we're going big screen here.
You guys can stop writing.
Yeah, Nectar. You can still write it if you want, but it's
I guess you can.
We've given them away, but we're gonna give some away next week too. Live your life.
Yeah.
Live your life, boys.
Sorry for me trying to tell you what to do.
Okay, here's the big wheel. If you can't see your name on there, I promise if you're a member, your name is on there. Even if you joined today, it's kind of hard to see, but they're in there. Okay, we're going to give away a little HK Army giveaway goodie pack to Mr. J. Ramos. Won last weekend to match the TFX you just won last week.
Dang.
Yeah, big man. I think he's in here too. J. Ramos. Okay, coming up here with a pair of Gen X little giveaways. It's not going to be the full kit and caboodle, Mr. Kurt Garcia. Don't forget, Mega Support status members, we still have the SLR goggles that we're going to be giving away right after this. Ice Mango, Chili Mango. Chili.
Ice Mango, Chili Bow Rad Mango.
Nick Randon also winning a prize from Gen X. Make sure you guys, if you're playing in the next event, you order your pods, 50 pods and a pod bag, $140.
Hey man, Checks NFX message us already with his address info.
This is for the other Tiger Wear beanie. We're doing 2 Tiger Wear beanies.
Yeah, I can do 2 unless we want to say 1 until next week.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah, I don't care.
Then we're gonna spin right now. We've got another HK little item, and we're gonna give a poster away, signed poster.
Oh.
Okay, and this one's going to John Crazy Mo Middleton. John Crazy Uncle Mo.
John Crazy Mo Middleton.
Okay, I'm running out of paper here.
Ice Mango, Chili
Bow Rad Mango, and a signed poster going out to whoever this is. They're getting in. We're gonna warm up the air. Matt Wright.
It's weird how there's like that.
Hey, is that right, Matt Wright?
One distinct purple line over there in the wheel.
There is. That one's nice. Are you right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it. Wow.
And that green, the other green one over there.
It's a pretty wheel.
Oh, you must be colorblind if you don't see that other one.
You see that black line?
Yeah, I see that.
Yo, you must be colorblind.
What color is the dress?
Okay. Also, yeah, for those of you guys, BKI Pro Paintball Summer Camp was the summer camp link. And just reach out to your local field or friend or teammate or whatever if you guys want to book us or any other team player for a pro clinic.
Yeah.
Or reach out to us directly if you guys want any private coaching, whether it's your team that you want to get dialed in for the weekend. If it's just you specifically that needs a little bit of help on the field and life with your gear, with everything, anything, hit us up and we'll see what we can do as far as getting you on a program and a regiment.
Yeah.
And then without further ado, and we're gonna save this other Enjoy Paintball for next weekend. That way, or next week, because that way we can.
That one.
Yeah, we're gonna save that one and the Tiger Wear beanie for next week. Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah. Then we can pump them.
And you guys can come back.
That way, you guys gotta come back.
Yeah, because
you always the cliffhanger.
We know you're like gave a lot of stuff away. There's no chance they have any more stuff left next week. Mm-hmm. But we always got.
But we always got stuff. We've always got stuff. Whoop! Look at that. Now we're on there twice.
Whoa.
Pretty trippy. Okay. SLR goggles, courtesy of HK Army.
Oh,
booyah.
Big winner. This
is a big winner. Oh, wait. I gotta get the air horn ready. T.H. Stevens.
T.H. Stevens, let's go.
Let's go. All right. Where's that? Goggles.
Yeah, Jay Ramos is in here.
Yes, he is.
Son is gonna be stoked when he opens that TFX for his B-Day.
Yeah.
Yes, Dr. Despair, I picked you. Did the three names get picked? Yeah, you won.
Yep, you're a winner, buddy.
You're one of
everybody's a winner.
One of 3.
Okay, everybody here is a winner. Okay, just so you know, we consider all of y'all, all y'all, winners. And again, we appreciate everybody's support. We hope you enjoyed the breakdown. Check out the BKI library. There is a link down below, and I'm gonna put it in there again, just so you guys can have a look. And you're gonna be able to watch this again. Obviously, it'll be on BKI, but it'll also be available on their site as well, just the condensed version of it.
Brady, we will do the prelim picks next week.
Ooh, that's right. Thank you.
Because if we start doing that right now, we're gonna be here for another.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while.
Another few
and
hours.
we gotta wait for the brackets. We gotta wait for the brackets.
Yes.
Are they out already?
Yes.
They might be. They are?
Yes.
Oh crap. Okay. We got lots of stuff to talk about. Now you have to come back. Not just for the giveaways. Not just for that, and not for just the great conversation and the fun times and the air horns. Not because you like us, not because it's the best show on Tuesdays or Wednesdays or really whenever we decide to do it.
Yeah.
It's because, what was the reason? Because we got to do the picks and he's got to kiss Mike Hinman. Let's go. Speaking of which, there you go. And that's what a loser looks like. Later, guys. See, the move is when you kiss your coach, when you kiss Mike Hinman, you want to do it in like a setting, not at the field. I'm not
losing that.
You want to do it at the field, not at the field, because that's when it
short.
probably has the best breath.
I'm too short anyway.
You guys all go out to a movie, right? And then he's
You're
sure
trying to get me
good
killed.
breath.
You're trying to get me killed.